What if the very food you believe to be a cornerstone of your healthy lifestyle, the convenient and satisfying snack you dutifully reach for each afternoon, is in fact a silent saboteur, methodically undermining your long-term health and vitality? This may sound like the stuff of sensationalist headlines or baseless fear-mongering, but for a vast and growing population, particularly for the millions of individuals navigating life over the age of 65 or diligently managing the complexities of diabetes, this unsettling notion is a startling and scientifically supported reality. The unvarnished truth, which has been quietly emerging from the halls of prestigious research institutions and the pages of esteemed medical publications, is that the simple act of choosing the wrong type of nut could dramatically and quantifiably increase your personal risk of developing devastating cardiovascular disease by a staggering margin of nearly 50%. This is not a speculative guess or a wild conjecture. It is a conclusion firmly backed by a growing body of serious, peer-reviewed research from globally respected sources, including the venerable Journal of the American College of Cardiology. In-depth studies meticulously document how certain nuts, some of which are ubiquitous in our supermarkets and aggressively marketed as paragons of health, can initiate a dangerous and self-perpetuating cascade of physiological problems. This destructive chain reaction includes the promotion of chronic, low-grade inflammation that silently damages tissues and organs, the perilous elevation of blood pressure that puts immense strain on your entire circulatory system, and even a measurable acceleration of age-related memory loss and cognitive decline. The most frightening and immediate part of this entire revelation? There is a very high probability that one of the most dangerous nuts, a variety that contains a uniquely harmful compound capable of quietly and insidiously inflicting cumulative damage on your liver, kidneys, and even your brain over extended periods, is currently residing in your kitchen pantry, perhaps even in a container labeled as a heart-healthy choice. It has become a beloved staple in many popular low-carbohydrate and ketogenic diets. Yet for older adults, its consumption could be inflicting far more insidious harm than any perceived benefit. Do not allow your well-intentioned and disciplined healthy habits to inadvertently backfire, compromising the very wellness you seek to protect. In the comprehensive and detailed guide that follows, we will pull back the curtain to unveil the 4 true nutritional heroes of the nut world that you should wholeheartedly embrace, and we will shine a harsh light on the 4 hidden villains you must learn to avoid in order to safeguard your heart, sharpen your cognitive faculties, and fortify your skeletal structure for all the years to come. This journey into the nuanced world of nuts is more than just a dietary recommendation. It is an act of empowerment. In an age where we are constantly bombarded with conflicting health information, it becomes critically important to move beyond generalized advice and delve into the specific science that applies to our unique stage of life. The nutritional needs of a 30-year-old athlete are vastly different from those of a 70-year-old retiree, yet much of the mainstream health advice fails to make this crucial distinction. The physiological changes that accompany the aging process, such as a natural slowing of our metabolism, shifts in hormone production, a decrease in the efficiency of our digestive and detoxification systems, and an increased susceptibility to inflammation, mean that certain foods can have a profoundly different impact on our bodies than they did in our youth. A food that was once benign might now pose a significant challenge to our systems. This guide is designed to provide that specific, targeted knowledge, moving beyond the simplistic and often misleading label of healthy to explore the intricate biochemical interactions that these popular foods have within the aging body. We will explore the specific vitamins, minerals, fats, and unique plant compounds that make certain nuts invaluable allies in the fight against age-related decline. Simultaneously, we will expose the specific components, from pro-inflammatory fatty acid profiles to naturally occurring toxins and high glycemic loads, that can turn other nuts into hidden adversaries. Understanding this distinction is the key to transforming your pantry from a potential minefield into a powerful arsenal for promoting longevity, resilience, and a high quality of life. The goal is not to create fear, but to foster a deeper understanding and respect for the powerful effects that our daily food choices have on our long-term well-being. By making informed, strategic decisions about something as simple as your afternoon snack, you can take a proactive and significant step toward protecting your most valuable assets: your physical health, your mental clarity, and your independence. The nutritional superheroes. Nuts you should be eating. Almonds, the guardians of bone and heart. As we gracefully navigate the journey through our golden years, the paramount importance of maintaining strong, resilient bones becomes an undeniable focus of our health concerns. And it is in this critical arena that almonds truly distinguish themselves as exceptional nutritional champions. These small, unassuming nuts are veritable powerhouses of concentrated nutrition, meticulously packed by nature with an impressive array of essential compounds, most notably calcium and vitamin E, two nutrients that form the very bedrock of skeletal health and integrity. A single manageable quarter-cup serving of almonds delivers a significant and highly bioavailable boost of calcium, the mineral that is fundamentally crucial for building and maintaining bone density, a process that becomes increasingly challenging as our bodies naturally begin to lose bone mass at an accelerated rate with age. For individuals over the age of 65, the risk of debilitating fractures from minor falls or even simple stumbles transforms from a distant concern into a serious and ever-present threat to mobility and independence. Proactively fortifying your bones with dietary sources of calcium is one of the most effective and empowering steps you can take to ensure your long-term health and preserve your active lifestyle. However, the profound magic of almonds extends far beyond their calcium content. They are also an exceptionally rich source of magnesium, a vital mineral that, unfortunately, a large percentage of older adults fail to consume in adequate amounts. Magnesium is the unsung hero in the complex symphony of bone metabolism. It functions as a critical cofactor that helps to actively transport calcium out of the bloodstream and into your bone matrix where it is needed most, while simultaneously playing a crucial role in preventing that same calcium from being deposited in soft tissues, such as your arteries. This latter function is of immense importance, as arterial calcification is a dangerous condition that leads to stiffening of the blood vessels and can dramatically increase your risk of heart attacks and strokes. The heart-healthy power of almonds, therefore, is intrinsically linked to this same mineral balance. They are abundantly rich in monounsaturated fats, the good fats that are widely celebrated by cardiologists for their proven ability to lower levels of harmful LDL cholesterol, the type of cholesterol that contributes to the buildup of dangerous plaque in the arteries. For seniors, for whom managing cholesterol levels and protecting the intricate workings of the cardiovascular system is absolutely non-negotiable, incorporating a daily handful of almonds is a simple, delicious, and evidence-based strategy to support both skeletal and circulatory health in one fell swoop. Furthermore, almonds provide a generous dose of dietary fiber, which aids in promoting healthy digestion and regular bowel movements, helping to combat the chronic constipation that can significantly impact the quality of life for a large percentage of seniors. And here is a benefit you may not have considered. Almonds are fantastic for your brain. Compelling research from the Human Nutrition Research Center on Aging at Tufts University suggests that the potent combination of vitamin E and other antioxidants found in almonds helps to shield the brain from the relentless assault of oxidative stress, a primary molecular driver of age-related cognitive decline and neurodegenerative diseases. For an extra punch of protective power, it is highly recommended to enjoy your almonds with their thin, papery skin still intact. This skin is densely packed with beneficial plant compounds called flavonoids that, when consumed in conjunction with the vitamin E in the nut's flesh, have been shown to more than double the nut's overall antioxidant capacity. Should chewing hard nuts present a challenge due to dental issues, there is no need to forego these incredible benefits. Finely sliced almonds, ground almond meal, or a spoonful of pure, unsweetened almond butter offer the same remarkable nutritional profile. making it easy and accessible for everyone to enjoy this truly exceptional food and its multifaceted protective effects. Walnuts, the brain-boosting powerhouse. It is almost as if nature itself has provided us with a subtle yet unmistakable clue regarding the primary benefit of walnuts, as their crinkled, two-lobed kernel bears a striking and uncanny resemblance to a miniature human brain. This fascinating visual parallel is far from a mere coincidence. A wealth of scientific evidence has firmly established that walnuts are arguably the single most beneficial nut for supporting and preserving cognitive health, particularly as we age. Their unique nutritional composition sets them apart, as they are singularly packed with a potent plant-based omega-3 fatty acid known as alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. This specific fatty acid is absolutely fundamental for maintaining the structural integrity and functional efficiency of your brain's vast and intricate communication system. ALA is a primary building block for the membranes of your brain cells, or neurons, and it plays a vital role in keeping these membranes flexible, fluid, and resilient. This flexibility is essential for the rapid and efficient transmission of nerve signals, ensuring that the countless connections within your brain remain strong, fast, and adaptable as you grow older. A highly compelling study, published in the prestigious Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging, provided powerful evidence for this effect. The researchers found that senior participants who consumed a daily serving of walnuts for a period of just 8 weeks demonstrated marked and measurable improvements in their brain's processing speed and their cognitive flexibility, which is the mental ability to switch between different tasks or concepts. In practical terms, this means that cultivating a regular habit of eating walnuts can genuinely help you to think more quickly, solve problems more efficiently, and keep your mind sharp, agile, and engaged with the world around you. Beyond their exceptional omega-3 content, walnuts contain a veritable treasure trove of polyphenols, which are powerful, multifaceted plant compounds that possess the rare and remarkable ability to cross the highly selective blood-brain barrier. Once inside the brain, these polyphenols can directly combat the dual threats of inflammation and oxidative stress at their source. This direct protective action within the cerebral environment may play a crucial role in slowing the progression of devastating neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's disease and dementia, which are characterized by high levels of both inflammation and oxidative damage. Walnuts also offer a surprising and often overlooked benefit for one of the most fundamental aspects of health: sleep. They are a significant natural source of melatonin, the hormone primarily responsible for regulating our complex sleep-wake cycles, also known as our circadian rhythm. Since the body's natural production of melatonin tends to decline significantly with age, leading to common sleep disturbances in older adults, a small handful of walnuts consumed an hour or so before bed could serve as a gentle and natural way to encourage a more restful, restorative night's sleep. Of course, the wide-ranging benefits of this incredible nut also extend to the heart. Walnuts are particularly rich in an amino acid called arginine, which the body uses to produce nitric oxide, a molecule that helps to relax and dilate blood vessels, thereby improving blood flow. This mechanism, working in powerful synergy with the anti-inflammatory effects of the polyphenols, helps to lower blood pressure and enhance overall cardiovascular health. To best preserve their delicate and beneficial oils from oxidation, which can make them go rancid, it is always best to store walnuts, whether shelled or unshelled, in an airtight container in the refrigerator or freezer. Their slightly bitter tannic taste, which comes from the skin, is a clear sign of their potent antioxidant content, so it is wise to embrace it as tangible proof of the profound good they are doing for your body and your brain. Pistachios, the heart and eye protector, often unfairly overlooked in favor of their more common nutty counterparts like almonds and walnuts, pistachios are a true hidden gem in the world of nutrition, offering a unique and powerful combination of benefits, especially when it comes to the long-term health of your heart and your eyes. These vibrant green kernels are a delightful paradox of flavor and function, being naturally low in sodium while at the same time being exceptionally rich in potassium. a mineral that plays a central and indispensable role in maintaining healthy blood pressure levels. This powerful 1-2 punch of low sodium and high potassium creates an ideal mineral balance that actively supports your kidneys in their vital task of efficiently flushing out excess salt from your body, a physiological process that can become markedly less efficient as we age. By helping your body to maintain this delicate sodium-potassium equilibrium, pistachios represent a perfect and delicious snack for any senior who is proactively looking to manage their cardiovascular health and mitigate the risks associated with hypertension. The clinical results from multiple studies speak for themselves with compelling clarity. Consistent, daily consumption of a single serving of pistachios has been shown to lower systolic blood pressure, the top number in a blood pressure reading which measures the pressure in your arteries when your heart beats, by an average of 3 to 5 points. This effect is comparable in magnitude to the results seen with some prescription blood pressure medications, but it comes without the risk of unwanted side effects, making it a powerful tool for natural health management. The remarkable benefits of pistachios, however, are not confined to the cardiovascular system. They also offer truly outstanding protective qualities for your vision. Pistachios are one of the very best dietary sources of two potent antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin, which have a unique affinity for the tissues of the eye. These powerful compounds naturally accumulate in the retina, specifically in the macula, which is the part of the eye responsible for sharp, detailed central vision. In this location, they act like a pair of internal sunglasses, absorbing damaging high-energy blue light and neutralizing harmful free radicals, thereby protecting the delicate photoreceptor cells from the cumulative damage caused by light exposure and oxidative stress over a lifetime. This protective function is particularly important for the prevention of age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, a progressive condition that stands as the leading cause of irreversible vision loss in people over the age of 60. Therefore, a daily snack of pistachios is a dual-action strategy that not only helps to protect your heart, but also works to keep your vision sharp and clear for many years to come. On a more practical note, pistachios possess a softer, less dense texture than many other nuts, making them a much easier and safer choice for individuals who may have dental concerns, dentures, or weakened jaw strength. Furthermore, the simple, meditative act of shelling the pistachios one by one naturally slows down the pace of your eating. This encourages more mindful consumption and gives your brain more time to register feelings of fullness, while the growing pile of empty shells provides a strong visual cue that helps to promote natural portion control and prevent mindless overeating. For a heart and eye healthy daily dose, a good target to aim for is approximately 49 unsalted or lightly salted pistachios. Brazil nuts. The thyroid's tiny ally. Brazil nuts stand as a potent and compelling testament to the timeless adage that great and powerful things often come in very small packages. While they may not enjoy the same mainstream popularity or widespread availability as almonds or walnuts, they possess a unique and extraordinarily powerful health benefit that makes them an indispensable dietary component, particularly for the senior population: unparalleled support for the thyroid gland. The thyroid is a small butterfly-shaped gland located at the base of your neck, but its size belies its immense and far-reaching responsibilities within the body. It functions as the master regulator of your metabolism, controlling everything from your baseline energy levels and body temperature to your mood and even your heart rate. As we advance in age, it is common for thyroid function to gradually decline, a condition known as subclinical hypothyroidism, which can lead to a host of vague yet debilitating symptoms that are often mistakenly dismissed as normal parts of aging. These can include persistent and profound fatigue, unexplained weight gain, increased sensitivity to cold, cognitive fog, and even feelings of depression. The secret to the Brazil nut's profound power lies in its unparalleled and almost unbelievable concentration of a single trace mineral, selenium. In fact, consuming just a single large Brazil nut can provide you with more than your entire recommended daily requirement of this essential mineral. Selenium is absolutely crucial for thyroid health because it acts as a necessary cofactor for the enzymes that are responsible for converting the inactive thyroid hormone, thyroxine or T4, into its biologically active form, triiodothyronine or T3. Without adequate selenium, this vital conversion process is impaired, and your body cannot effectively utilize the thyroid hormones it produces. The extensive benefits of selenium, however, do not end with the thyroid. This potent mineral also plays a key and multifaceted role in protecting your delicate nerve cells from oxidative damage, a function that is vital for maintaining sharp cognitive function as you age. The selenium found in Brazil nuts acts as a powerful antioxidant within the brain, helping to combat the damaging effects of oxidative stress and chronic inflammation. This makes it a natural and effective ally in the ongoing fight against age-related memory loss and cognitive decline. However, when it comes to the consumption of Brazil nuts, the principle of moderation is not merely a gentle suggestion, it is an absolute necessity. Because of their incredibly high concentration of selenium, it is surprisingly easy to consume too much, which can lead to a toxic condition known as selenosis. The symptoms of selenium toxicity can be severe and include hair loss, brittle nails, a persistent metallic taste in the mouth, gastrointestinal distress, and even neurological damage. To reap all of the incredible thyroid and brain protective benefits without incurring any of the risk, it is of the utmost importance to strictly limit your intake to just 1 or, at the very most, 2 Brazil nuts per day. This small, easily managed amount is all that is required to adequately support your thyroid function, help protect your brain cells, and also enjoy the healthy monounsaturated fats and digestive fiber that these incredible and unique nuts have to offer. The hidden dangers, nuts to approach with caution. Peanuts, the controversial legume. Peanuts, with their satisfying crunch and ubiquitous presence in snack bowls and lunchboxes across the country, are a deeply beloved and culturally ingrained food. However, for seniors and for individuals managing diabetes, they harbor several significant and often overlooked potential health risks that are critically important to understand and acknowledge. First and foremost, it is essential to recognize a key botanical fact. Despite their common name, peanuts are not true tree nuts at all. They are, in fact, legumes, members of the pea and bean family, and their unique method of growing underground exposes them to a distinct set of environmental factors and potential contaminants. One of the most significant and well-documented concerns associated with peanuts is their unfortunate propensity for contamination with aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are highly toxic and carcinogenic compounds that are produced by certain types of mold, specifically species like Aspergillus flavus and Aspergillus parasiticus, which thrive in the warm, humid soil conditions where peanuts mature. As our bodies age, our natural detoxification systems, particularly the complex enzymatic pathways within the liver, tend to become less robust and efficient. This age-related decline in detoxification capacity makes seniors particularly vulnerable to the cumulative, liver-damaging, and cancer-causing potential of these insidious toxins. Even low-level, chronic exposure to aflatoxins over many years can place a significant strain on liver health and has been linked to an increased risk of hepatocellular carcinoma, a form of liver cancer. Beyond the very real risk of mold and its toxic byproducts, peanuts possess a highly problematic fatty acid profile. They contain a very high concentration of omega-6 fatty acids relative to their content of anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. While our bodies do require a certain amount of omega-6s to function, the typical modern diet is already massively overloaded with them from sources like processed foods and refined vegetable oils. This profound imbalance between pro-inflammatory omega-6s and anti-inflammatory omega-3s creates a biochemical environment within the body that actively promotes chronic, low-grade inflammation. For any individual already dealing with the pain and stiffness of arthritis, chronic joint pain, or other inflammatory conditions, a diet that is high in peanuts can significantly exacerbate their symptoms and worsen their overall condition. To compound these intrinsic issues, the vast majority of peanuts and peanut-based products available on the commercial market are highly processed in ways that further degrade their nutritional value. They are typically roasted at high temperatures in unhealthy, inflammatory industrial seed oils, and then heavily loaded with excess salt and often sugar. This common processing adds a triple burden of unhealthy components that directly contribute to higher blood pressure, unhealthy shifts in cholesterol profiles, and unwanted weight gain. While you may frequently hear that peanuts are a good, inexpensive source of protein, for this at-risk population of older adults and diabetics, the concerning combination of potential aflatoxin exposure, their decidedly pro-inflammatory fatty acid profile, and the unhealthy nature of their typical preparation makes them a snack that is best approached with extreme caution or, ideally, avoided altogether in favor of safer, more beneficial alternatives. Cashews, the blood sugar spiker. Creamy, buttery, and inherently satisfying, cashews are often perceived by the public as a healthy and luxurious indulgence, a treat that feels decadent but is still good for you. However, for the substantial portion of the population that is diligently managing their blood sugar levels, cashews come with a significant and often completely unadvertised hidden risk. Unlike the majority of other tree nuts, which are very low in carbohydrates, cashews possess a relatively high carbohydrate content and a correspondingly high glycemic index. This means that after they are consumed, they are digested and absorbed relatively quickly, which can cause a rapid and pronounced spike in blood sugar levels. This is a major and serious concern for the 1 in 4 seniors who are currently living with either diagnosed diabetes or prediabetes, a condition where blood sugar levels are higher than normal but not yet high enough to be classified as type 2 diabetes. For these individuals, maintaining stable blood sugar and avoiding sharp glucose excursions is the absolute cornerstone of managing their condition and preventing its long-term, devastating complications, which include nerve damage, kidney disease, vision loss, and an increased risk of heart disease. If you are carefully monitoring your glucose levels with a meter, incorporating a regular portion of cashews into your diet can easily disrupt your efforts and throw your management plan into disarray. The inherent problems with cashews, however, do not stop at their impact on blood sugar. They also contain a notably high concentration of compounds known as oxalates. Oxalates are naturally occurring substances found in many plants that can bind with minerals in the digestive tract. When oxalates bind with calcium, they form an insoluble compound, calcium oxalate, which prevents the calcium from being absorbed by the body. Over time, a diet high in oxalates can interfere with calcium absorption to such a degree that it may contribute to a weakening of bones, a particularly worrisome prospect for seniors who are already at high risk for osteoporosis. More alarmingly, these oxalates are the primary culprits in the formation of the most common type of kidney stones. These painful crystalline structures can form in the kidneys when the urine becomes overly concentrated with calcium and oxalate. For any individual with a personal or family history of kidney stones, consuming too many cashews could significantly and substantially increase their risk of a painful recurrence. Finally, mirroring the problem seen with peanuts, many commercially available cashews are subjected to processing methods that diminish their health value. They are frequently roasted in inflammatory omega-6 rich oils and then heavily coated in salt, adding unnecessary and unhealthy fats and sodium that can put an additional strain on your heart and contribute to elevated blood pressure. While enjoying an occasional cashew on a rare basis is unlikely to cause significant harm for a healthy individual, their unique combination of a high glycemic load, high oxalate content, and typical processing methods means they should certainly not be a daily staple for seniors who are focused on protecting their metabolic health, bone density, and kidney function. Macadamia nuts, the calorie-dense indulgence. Macadamia nuts, with their incomparably rich, smooth, and buttery flavor, undoubtedly feel like a luxurious and decadent treat. But for many seniors, they can easily become far too much of a good thing. The very qualities that make them so delicious are also the source of their potential problems. These pale, round nuts are incredibly dense in both calories and fat. a combination that makes them a particularly problematic choice for any individual who is consciously trying to manage their weight. Maintaining a healthy body weight is absolutely essential for effectively managing a wide spectrum of age-related health conditions, including cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and the painful symptoms of osteoarthritis in weight-bearing joints like the hips and knees. Even a small, seemingly modest handful of macadamia nuts can pack a surprising and significant caloric punch, easily contributing to a calorie surplus that leads to gradual weight gain over time. Furthermore, while they do contain some healthy monounsaturated fats, they also have one of the highest levels of saturated fat of any nut. A diet high in saturated fat can raise levels of LDL, or bad cholesterol, in the bloodstream. High LDL cholesterol is a primary and well-established driver of atherosclerosis, the process by which fatty plaques build up inside the arteries, narrowing them and increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes, a risk that is already significantly heightened for older adults. Beyond these metabolic concerns, there are also very real, practical, and physical issues associated with consuming macadamia nuts. They are notoriously dense and hard, posing a genuine challenge and even a potential hazard for anyone with weakened teeth, sensitive gums, dental crowns, bridges, or dentures. The force required to chew them can be uncomfortable, painful, and could potentially lead to a costly and distressing dental emergency, a risk that is simply not worth taking when so many other wonderfully nutritious and easier-to-chew nuts are readily available. Furthermore, the sheer richness and high fat content of macadamia nuts can be particularly problematic for individuals who have a history of gallbladder issues. The gallbladder's job is to store and release bile to help digest fats. Overeating extremely high-fat foods like macadamia nuts can trigger strong and sometimes painful gallbladder contractions, potentially leading to episodes of biliary colic, especially in individuals who have gallstones. While they are undeniably delicious and can be enjoyed as a very occasional small indulgence, their exceptionally high calorie count, their significant saturated fat profile, and their tough, hard texture combine to make them a nut that most seniors, particularly those managing their weight or cardiovascular health, should consume very sparingly, if at all. There are simply other nuts that offer a much more favorable balance of benefits to risks. Pine nuts, the one to never eat. Of all the nuts that warrant a cautious approach, pine nuts may be the most surprisingly and uniquely dangerous, especially for the senior population, due to a confluence of several unique and serious risks that are not widely known. The single most alarming concern, and one that places them in a category all their own, is their documented potential to interfere with a wide range of common medications. Specific, though not fully understood, compounds found within pine nuts have been shown to interact with the metabolic pathways that process over 60% of all prescription drugs, most notably the cytochrome P450 enzyme system in the liver. This interaction can have one of two dangerous outcomes. It can either significantly diminish the effectiveness of a life-saving medication, rendering it useless, or it can potentiate its effects, leading to dangerously high levels of the drug in the bloodstream and causing a host of toxic side effects. For the millions of seniors who rely on a daily regimen of medications to manage chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or heart disease, this unpredictable interaction could have severe and even life-threatening consequences for their health and well-being, making the consumption of pine nuts a veritable game of pharmaceutical roulette. Beyond the grave concern of medication interactions, pine nuts are notorious for causing a bizarre and profoundly unpleasant condition known colloquially as pine mouth, or more technically, as metallojuicia. This syndrome involves the sudden development of a bitter, acrid, and metallic taste in the mouth that can begin a day or two after consumption and inexplicably linger for days, weeks, or in some reported cases, even longer. For a senior, this is far more than just a passing annoyance. It can fundamentally alter the taste of all other foods, leading to a significant loss of appetite and food aversion. A poor appetite in an older adult can quickly spiral into unintentional weight loss, malnutrition, and a state of increased frailty, which in turn weakens the immune system, slows healing, and compromises overall health and resilience. Finally, from a biochemical standpoint, pine nuts are very high in delicate polyunsaturated fats, which makes them extremely susceptible to oxidation, the process by which they go rancid very quickly, even when stored properly. Consuming these oxidized fats introduces a flood of harmful free radicals into the body, which directly promotes systemic inflammation. This can significantly worsen the pain and joint destruction of conditions like arthritis, and it can also contribute to the oxidative damage of blood vessel linings, a key step in the development of cardiovascular disease. Given the profoundly serious and combined risks of unpredictable medication interference, the potential for appetite-crushing taste disturbances, and their highly inflammatory nature when rancid pine nuts stand out as the one nut that seniors, especially those with any underlying health conditions or who are taking any prescription medications, should strongly consider removing from their diet entirely.